Okay, today I'm going to share with you how to fix the zero wireless modems which stopped suddenly without any problem, like no shorts, like nothing. It was just working fine and suddenly it stopped working. So it happened with me before, and fixing the issue is really simple. So what we need is T20 tip screwdriver, so we have to first of all open the T20 screws. It's super tight. So one really important notice here: when you try to open screw like this screw and you see it's really tight, so the way how to open it is apply pressure down and turn the screwdriver in the right direction, and you will see it open really easily. Just you have to press down as much as you can and rotate the screwdriver at the same time. So first thing we have to check here, let's check the bar. We want to make sure that we have power and our issue is not the power supply. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my multimeter. I don't know if you can see the values. Let me focus on. Okay, here we go. I think you can see it like this. Okay, so zoom out a little bit. Okay, here we go. That's better, I think. Okay, so first, any metal part here is the ground, and what we want to check is if we really have power from the power source. As you can see, oops, okay, here we go. Okay, so we have 12 volt power Now we check some components. Okay, so there is no any power at the components, like the resistor, the transistor, voltage regulator. So I don't see any power. So in this situation, so we have power until here, but after this point we don't have any power. First thing you have to ask yourself what happened. So if there's no water damage, if there's no serious damage happened to the modem, it just stopped suddenly. So 99% of the reason is the fuse. So all what we have to do now is to look for the fuse. Where is the fuse? Usually the fuse in such devices will be like similar to these components. It's just identified by letter F. It could be F on top of the components, or it could be F written next to the components. Like for example, here we can see V negative and V positive. So, or we can see here something written on this. I don't know if you can see it. So let's look for our fuse, and the way how we find the fuse, if there is nothing written. So we put our multimeter on connectivity mode. So this mode will beep when we have closed circuit. So the fuse, as you know, is just the piece of component with very low sensitive, like 5 ampere, 10 ampere, 0.1 ampere, 1 ampere. It's just different amperes. So the reason why we have the fuse, if in any occasion the current pass through the devices higher than the designated current, so to protect my device, the first thing will happen is to melt my wire inside that fuse. So once we lose this wire inside the fuse, the power would be disconnected and my device will be protected. So for this device, it's rated for, I think, 1000 milliampere, which is like 1 ampere. Yeah, so it's 1 ampere maximum. So higher than 1 ampere, the device will be damaged. So mostly our fuse is just 1 ampere. Let's find our fuse. So to do so, we will need, so don't forget to disconnect the power and remove this 4 screw. Again, if you find that it's hard to open the screw, just apply some pressure on top of the screw and it will open easily. SIM card, we have to remove the SIM card. Okay, and as you can see, it's still, we can't remove it, it's still secured. To remove it, we will need to open these 2 screws. It's pretty easy, just untighten the screw around the serial port, and then use your fingers. Once you remove these two screws, you will find it's very easy to open. You don't have to remove the antenna cable. There is here a little clamp. If you want, just you can take it out, so it gives you more work area. Okay, so just to let you know, the fuse always, forever, every time, in every component, in every device, will be around the power source. Okay, just keep in mind that every device you want to check or you want to look for the fuse, for its fuse, the fuse will be around the power source, the power input. Okay, so again, I have the connectivity. So the capacitor are good, they are not like blood. Okay, now see here, I don't know if you can see it very clear, it's F201 and I have F200. See, okay, so these two little white pieces, okay, here, so this is F201 and this one is F200. So F is the fuse. So if you check the fuse, okay, here there's no connectivity, this fuse is okay. So this fuse is 1 ampere, this fuse is 5 ampere. Okay, this fuse is 5 ampere, which is good. This fuse is just 1.2 ampere. So this is our problem. So this fuse is damaged. Okay, see, it should be peeping like this one, and if you try to check the power here, you will not find any power in any of these components. So to solve this issue, we have two solutions. It's either to get another fuse, no matter how, could be different shape, different style, as long as you can put it here, it will work for sure. The other option, if you don't have
DC. I know, I was gonna say, like, you know, you must have been scared, but I suppose once a line.
okay, so if you don't have another fuse, all what you have to do is get piece of wire like this one. This one you can take it from any soft wire, like, let me show you. Okay, you can get any soft wire and just take any single wire of this. So we can bypass the fuse, but then we will put our modem under the risk of damage. So what we want is really thin wire with very low resistor, and just bypass it like this and soldering, like apply some soldering here, and it will solve the issue. In my case, I have a water damaged modem. It's very old. This is completely damaged. It was under the water for like 1 week and all the components lost. You can see here the fuse is gone. The 201 fuse is completely gone. Let me show you if I test this fuse here. Okay, so see, I have connectivity, same fuse. In the other modem there's no connectivity. So what I will do is I will remove this fuse from here and put it on the other modem. Again, you can get any piece of wire and just bypass the fuse, but make sure you have a low resistance on that wire. Okay, so we'll apply some flux, liquid flux. Okay, on both of them. So when we heat it,